Woke up this morning, we were like, man, GME stocks, we're going absolutely to the moon. You're getting that nice bounce on the SPY, absolutely printing. It's like Jerome Powell back in the glory days. However, it took a little bit of a left turn and stocks, in fact, do go down. However, the end of the day led us with a lot of questions answered. But can I say these stocks are absolutely set to print going into next week?
I got no drip in my pocket.
Coming into today, honestly, all your data released wasn't that bad. Your farm payroll is not really that important. Unemployment rate was good. Now, chances are they're probably lying about these numbers and just crunching them until something comes out in a positive manner. However, the numbers were good. I mean, everything should have been saying we're going absolutely to the moon. However, again, things did not go that way. We come and look at SPY, and this thing just went on a straight downward trajectory. The monthly opened, and it said stocks go down. And you went down about $4 roughly about to the end of the day. You try to pop up. You came down. And literally within the last 10 minutes of trading, you go from 450.6 all the way back to the daily open, the monthly level now, 453.3, looking to keep the run going into next week. Going into today and yesterday, I mentioned this was the big news and why you started to get that dip. And it's probably the main reason for the dip going on today, along with every member of the Fed talking bad about inflation. It's like they wake up and they just want to say, how can we make the market absolutely go to bits and pieces? Then you get this guy, I'm starting to detain Americans here in Ukraine and Russia. And just, I mean, it's kind of crazy. Why would you want to be there? However, it is what it is. We kind of knew this was going to happen. That's why we told everyone to leave. Then we come over and you can see in the New York Times, you're seeing the House votes on basically decriminalizing weed and marijuana in the United States. And you still have the Senate and that stuff to go through, but you're not there yet. However, for weed stocks, this should necessarily be good. But once again, if history has told us anything, you buy the hype, you sell the news. And when this news dropped, it went nowhere but down. If you were short at all in Tilray, you absolutely printed. Sundial as well, everything getting hammered. So people are going to say, Tyler, what do you think about weed stocks? They're probably just going to continue going down. Long-term portfolio, they're not really for me right now, especially with where we're at. If you're looking at the overall tax gains that are going to be going specifically to the government and how much companies will actually make when they make any type of sell, it's just not worth it. And I just don't see the long-term growth, no pun intended. However, what I am seeing is this right now. If you're looking at the market at the end of the day, there was pretty much like you were at Walmart and you were on the rollback section. Everything was on clearance. What did I start buying? I started buying Nvidia at the lows. I started buying some literally at about 265, and then I bought a little bit more here at the end of the day. I also went over and bought some Home Depot. What I want to show you with Home Depot is going to absolutely blow your mind. This is the 4-hour chart, and we're going to look at every time it has hit $300 in the past about year and a half. Once, twice, three, boom, it's over. This is the first time you broke it, so it's not really an account, but you went absolutely parabolic from there as well. So you've hit it 2 other times besides right now. And how have you reacted from those levels? In Discord, I did post this as well. And this was your first time you hit it one day. The next day, you literally ran from 300 all the way to 317. Now, am I saying you're going to go to 317 on Monday? No, but I just want to continue to show what's going on. The same time here, 299. The next day, where did you hit? 308. The day after that, 315. So you're seeing massive levels of support and buyers stepping in here. Also, when we take a look at Cheddar Flow, you can see the 310 contracts, people were buying these up. So you had the same buyer right here buy about 495 of those contracts for 310 for next week. And then the week after, 310s, about 193 of them. Absolutely loading up on these calls. That's where the sentiment is there. Now, before you start to go crazy, because I know you're waiting for GameStop, I'm going to get to it. I'm going to talk about GameStop. I'm going to talk about AMC. I'm going to tell you how they're moving, where I see them going. Going into the week, again, but going into this, I mean, honestly, GameStop was an opportunity. People were getting mad that I posted on Twitter that GameStop is a better opportunity than AMC. And it's just me being honest. Again, you come to the channel for the honesty. You stay for the honesty. And then, of course, you unsubscribe because you don't like honesty and you just want to have confirmation bias and you want to keep losing on the same trade for the next year and a half as well. So you can do that if you want. Now, looking at GameStop, you did have a major dip, and people are saying, well, this is manipulation. It's because the halt from 3 days ago. It's not really that. In yesterday's video, I said that you would go parabolic. You would start running crazy. You would go most likely above 200. But what was the one contention that I said about that? Is you needed the SPY to help you. You needed indexes to help you. If all stocks drop, chances are your stock will drop as well. This thing would only run without those indexes if it had options in the money and it started to get gamma. So there was no real reason for it to start just absolutely flying. You did come back down to that key support. We continue to mention this 161 down to 159, give or take. You dipped a little bit out of it, but you came right back into it, mount to the bottom, and then boom, you shot back out into the day. Max pain was about 157. So you got some more options in the money, and it looks like it's going to continue going. Looking at AMC, this is more interesting, and this is your last line of support. I'm not going to lie to you. This right here is your last line. This is it. Potato, tomato, whatever you want to say. This is it. You need to hold this region. You don't want to come back and test the weekly. That's just my opinion. But where you ended was interesting. You ended above 23, which was good, and you started to push back. Now, hypothetically, if I'm looking at this from a technical viewpoint, this would be a shorting opportunity because you're coming back to resistance, and then you want to enter around this level and then wait for it to start coming down, and that's your bread and butter type of play. That's how you would be looking at this. However, I don't trade puts and I don't short AMC. That's just my own preference. I just don't do it. So looking at this, I like that you got back to 23. And if GameStop runs, I'm going to keep saying it. AMC will follow. But again, looking at these, you need indexes. Now, statistically speaking, April tends to be your most bullish or one of the most bullish months over the course of the year. Look at last year, what happened at the end of March, going into April, and then of course going into May, going into June. Sweet June. That's what's happening right now. So that is actually good news. So if you look at SPY, you see that big massive pump you got at the end of the day. This looks promising. This looks good. This is exactly what you wanted. I mean, granted, you had to endure a bit of a dip. But if you're looking to reload options, reload your play, this is your opportunity. The risk reward at this level gets better. The IV did dump. These are all good things. Now, the last thing I want to mention specifically on GameStop is, yes, your fee dropped down to 9.5%, but your shares are unavailable now, which means, again, it means you are out of shares to short GME with. This is good news, and it held up even on the massive dip. No shares became available, so this is actually really good news. SSR rule is completely irrelevant, so please don't even comment about it. Please just don't comment on SSR. I'll lose my mind. I'll pull my hair out. Please don't do it. I don't want to talk about it. Now, this is going to be the last thing I'm going to mention, and I kind of forgot about it, but I have to throw it in there. So Charles Gasparino, which everyone knows is kind of a clown, tough times ahead for core theater biz AMC chief CEO Adam. He is waiting board approval to become a distressed investor. Okay, I'm not going to lie. That was actually that was a low blow, Charles. Relax. Using as much as 500 mil of his 1.8 bill war chest for deals similar to HYMC that he believes is already a success at 345. I didn't even watch it. I'm going to go back and watch the recording of it. But I'm interested to see what Adam does about this. This is either going to be a great move or an absolutely terrible move. So I need to go look at what's being said. It's just FUD. Is he just trying to get people to sell and just kind of spread misinformation? That's the really big thing here. But this was said, so I recommend just going and checking this out and trying to find it. I'll post it on Twitter when I find the video, so everyone can see the link to Twitter is down below as well. But wrapping up the video, what I want to say is this. I got NVIDIA, I got Home Depot. Those are my plays going into next week right now. Those were my dip buying opportunities. I just love the value of them, and I think that there's just plenty of room to bounce and run on those. I think volume is also there as well. Now, looking at GME and AMC, what do I think of those? GME is bouncing on support. That is good news. You got above max pain. That is good news. You got some options in the money. That is good news. You wanted to get above 180, but you didn't get there. Beggars can't be choosers. At least you got something. AMC, you held above 23. You got back to that resistance zone. That's good news as well. This could have been worse, and what you're getting with the balance with SPY is good news as well. So all in all, pick your battles, take your blessings, take whatever you can get right now, okay? It's a fight. You knew it was going to be easy, and people saying the halt ruined us, stop making excuses. Take profits on your options. Get ready to go back to battle. Nothing's changed. It's been the same stock for the past year. Nothing has changed. It's still the stock market. I'm still going to give you opportunities besides those plays. If you want to take those or not, look into them. Not financial advice. Do your own DD. Remember one thing, boys. We run the market.
Houston, we might have a problem, but that don't mean money will solve them. No, that don't mean money will solve them. Woke up dreaming of the commas, and I got